Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Hire new players. This is a phrase you hear from Lakers fans. And it's the truth. Rob Pelinka has to see the Lakers needs to become favorites for the title. The Lakers are a franchise with a beautiful and successful history, and this is what the fans are proud of. Strong rumors, Lakers want to do business with the Chicago Bulls for two great players. Envisioning the Lakers starting lineup if they pull off a blockbuster trade for Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. One glaring issue is their lack of depth in the front court, with Anthony Davis carrying most of the load at center, a position he's not fond of playing full-time. While Rob Pelinka avoided making major moves during the offseason, now might be the time to act before the Lakers slip further in the Western Conference standings. LeBron James is turning 40 next month, and the Lakers can't afford to waste another season of his greatness. They've seen how failing to build around a franchise icon hurt them during Kobe Bryant's final years, and history shouldn't repeat itself. This roster needs upgrades, and quickly. Suggest the Chicago Bulls are shopping Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic, two players who could address the Lakers' most pressing needs. An all-star shooting guard and a skilled center would fill glaring holes and elevate the team's potential this season. Let's take a look at how these additions could transform the Lakers' lineup and their championship hopes. Lakers receive Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic. Bulls receive D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Max Christie, 2029 first-round pick. The Lakers were reportedly checking out Zach LaVine last season, but that $43 million salary isn't exactly easy to work around. On top of that, they've been hunting for a solid center since the preseason of this year, with names like Walker Kessler, Jonas Valanciunas, and recently Robert Williams popping up in rumors too. Vucevic, with his $20 million salary, feels like a quite realistic option. He'd be a great fit too, stretching the floor with his three-point shooting while giving Davis and LeBron space to work inside. Adding LaVine's scoring punch and Vucevic's versatility would take the Lakers to another level. The Lakers are in a tricky spot at 10-7. Over their last 10 games, they've gone 6-4, but things have taken a turn for the worse lately with 3 straight losses. Their most recent defeat came at the hands of the Suns, who welcomed back both Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, handing the Lakers a lopsided 127-100 loss. Before that, they fell to the Magic and Nuggets, highlighting issues with consistency and depth that could derail their season if not addressed quickly. These losses have dropped the Lakers from 4th to 6th in the Western Conference standings, a stark reminder of how competitive the playoff race will be this season. To stay in the fight for a top 4 seed and avoid falling further, the Lakers need reinforcements. The current roster is solid, but it's clear they're missing the depth and firepower needed to handle the grind of the season and take on the top teams in the West. D'Angelo Russell has become a key name in trade rumors, and for good reason. With his contract expiring, the Lakers risk losing him for nothing in free agency if they don't act soon. Russell has shown flashes of brilliance but has struggled with consistency, and his role has often felt misaligned with the team's needs. Moving him in a trade could bring back the kind of impactful players who can solidify the rotation and make life easier for LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Adding 2 significant pieces in a trade would give the Lakers the edge they need to stay competitive in the playoff race. They're not far off, but the margins in the West are razor-thin. Making this move could be the difference between being a fringe contender and having the depth and balance needed to push for another championship run. For a team built to win now, the time to act is right now. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that the Los Angeles Lakers can't figure out the best backcourt combination. Ahead of the 2024-25 season, Lakers head coach J.J. Redick said that LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, and Rui Hachimura would be the team's starters. Russell's lackluster performance forced LA to pivot, promoting Cam Reddish to the starting lineup. Russell is more skilled, polished, and statistically productive than Reddish. Yet, he lacks fervor and focus at the defensive end, and Reddish doesn't. The complication is that Reddish doesn't take enough pressure off of Reeves in the backcourt. When he's off ball, he's often spotting up, and is shooting a sparkling 60% from three this season. When he's making plays with the ball in his hands, he's hesitant to do too much, but skilled enough to do it all. He just isn't reliable enough to have a higher usage role. In an effort to solve their perimeter problem, Los Angeles could start Dalton Knecht. The rookie marksman has been far more efficient than Russell, converting 44% of his threes to Russell's 28.1%. He's been more assertive than Reddish, averaging 10.5 three-point attempts per 100 possessions to Reddish 3.1. The defense would be vulnerable to quicker and shiftier players. However, Hachimura's defensive versatility could help the Lakers hide Knecht or Reeves. Still, while Knecht has been thrilling, it's asking a lot for a rookie to start and be a key piece for a title contender. Excelling in November is far different than doing it the playoffs. If LA could bring in a more seasoned player, particularly one with a history of being featured, it would take pressure off of everyone. With James's age, Davis's health, and Reeves's inability to truly cement himself as a top option, being able to turn to an established star has a certain appeal. Zach LaVine and Billy Donovan might be co-parenting the young Chicago Bulls right now, but they're bound to be split up by the end of the season. Though LaVine's contract is still an unattractive commodity, his play this season has been a terrific reminder of how talented he is. His buy-in, not just in terms of defense and decision-making but the team's direction, demonstrates his professionalism. If the Bulls didn't also have Coby White to consider, Chicago might just hold on to him. However, that's not their reality. Heading towards a youth movement, veterans like LaVine and Nikola Vucevic have officially been on the trade block for months, if not longer. Despite being linked to LaVine, who attended local UCLA, the Lakers haven't bitten yet. Nonetheless, circumstances are now bringing them together. A sharpshooter, slasher, and playmaker of LaVine's caliber is just what the doctor ordered for Los Angeles. As previously stated, the Lakers need someone to relieve the burden being placed on Reeves, James, and Davis. Averaging 22.7 points, on 44.4% shooting from three, and 3.9 assists per game this season, LaVine certainly does that. He's a tier below Reddish defensively and that will be noticeable, but he can hold his own when fully engaged. If the Lakers could get the Bulls to send over Vucevic too, it would solve multiple issues. In terms of the transaction itself, Chicago could try to extract 2 first-rounders from LA, which is all they have to give. LaVine's playing well, but the Bulls would be driving a hard bargain if they wanted 2 firsts for him given the value placed on those picks. Adding in a resurgent Vucevic would make such a deal a lot easier to stomach. Additionally, the LaVine and Vucevic's high salaries are more appealing together than apart. This is because LA has several players under contract who aren't doing much more than collecting checks. It's not Jared Vanderbilt nor Christian Wood's fault that they can't stay healthy. However, Russell probably isn't the only player who should be moved, but Vanderbilt, Wood, and Gabe Vincent too. Hachimura will still have to be included in the deal to make salaries match, but the Lakers can swallow the loss. Averaging 20.4 points, 9.8 rebounds, 3.2 assists per game, 0.9 blocks per game this season, Vucevic is turning heads with his marksmanship, as he's shooting 45.8% from three. His ability to score inside and out is a weapon that Redick would probably like to utilize. It does increase the likelihood that he and Davis could share the court together. More importantly though, it allows the Lakers to run a constant 5-out offense that allows them to take advantage of their body and ball movement. Lastly, given LA's long-standing interest in adding a more burly big man, Vucevic's 6'10" and 260-pound frame fits the bill. It's worth noting Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic has averaged just 15.0 points per game against the Bulls since Vucevic's arrival.